What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. The Bulls escape a narrow victory over the Washington Wizards, 121-120, to not spoil Ring of Honor Night Part 2. We will break down this dicey game next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra and download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Seems like I've said this a lot recently, Big Dave.
Bet365.
Bulls games, never ordinary. It was nice for the Bulls to bring us back into things after a very large margin last night.
Yeah.
Bulls fans have grown accustomed to very late, tight fourth quarters.
Tight.
Thanks for joining us, Bulls Nation. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That is my guy, Big Dave. BAWL Sports. Our guy on the controls, the one and only Sean Anderson of CHGO White Sox fame.
Do I press it? Do I press the button?
Follow the man's lead.
Bulls win. Give him one. Bulls win. Give me one more. Bulls win. And give one for yourself. Bulls win.
Can
I'm not going to go crazy on this.
Can I be gracious and give one more out?
Oh, well, please.
For Lee.
Bulls win.
Couldn't do it without Lee.
Lee could not do it without Lee sitting tonight. Thanks for joining us, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling happy and generous tonight. We will hear from our guy, Will the Go Gottlieb, from the UC later on in tonight's postgame show.
Yeah.
The Bulls win 121-120. Trailed by as many as 16.
Yeah.
Gave up 41 first quarter points.
Yeah.
To the NBA's 28th ranked offense.
Yeah.
Belonging to those one and only Washington Wizards. 70 at half. Clamped down the defense a little bit in that second half.
Yeah.
Way to go, Bulls. Dave, we could talk about what we saw from this game tonight, but I think first and foremost what I want to do is shout out Nikola Vucevic for that post-game interview. Because you know what? We sat here on Wednesday night after that narrow win over Portland. Vooch hits a game winner at the buzzer. And there were a lot of Bulls fans in our chat that night who were not pleased despite the W because they didn't like the way we got there. Coughed up a 20-point fourth quarter lead.
They did.
And we were saying, yeah, okay, they did that. They also still won the game on the road.
On the road.
Last game of a 3-game road trip that was very difficult.
Yeah.
Take the positives there.
Take that win.
Tonight, this is me as a Bulls fan saying I have nothing good to feel about that W other than the fact that they got a W. I very much felt exactly like Vooch sounded in that post-game interview that entire game watching it.
Yeah.
This isn't sustainable. This is nothing to be proud of. His teammates were all trying to hype him up and jump on him and stuff. And he was like, yeah, this is not, flower petals at our feet.
Yeah.
This was an ugly game tonight.
Yeah.
Kudos to them for not losing to the worst team in the league. I'm not going to sit here and put some whipped cream on this turd. They won the game, but at no point did I enjoy watching them find their way to that W.
Completely agree with you on that point. Again, I'm never against winning, ever in life. Am I going to be against winning? It is hard to win, and especially in the NBA. So getting a win any kind of way, any kind of night is what you need to be. I'm going to be more pissed if they don't get a victory, all right? Then it's extra anger, then it's extra sadness, and then you're extra upset. But Matt's right. I don't disagree with anything you said. I feel the same exact way. Because we watched that whole game. There was nothing for me to, get up and hey, about watching that game. The Portland game was super different. Sitting there watching that one, especially with a team that's 7-9. It's a little different when you're doing it against a team that's 1-14.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main difference right there. A team that you are absolutely expected to destroy, not just beat, but destroy. They won one game. So that's the difference in this right here. I think the last time they played a close game was actually against Detroit when they went to overtime, and Detroit won. It was 137-135. And that was November 10th, if I'm not mistaken. But you're supposed to beat this team up on Ring of Honor night. They set it up for you perfectly to have that happen. And honestly, Washington came out and punched them in the mouth from the beginning. Mm-hmm. They punched them right square. I mean, put one right square on the kisser against them, man.
Pow, right
Straight shot to the baby maker. They hit them hard, and they continue to punch them, and they continue to attack them, and they continue to expose the Chicago Bulls and their interior defense and just how bad it was on there. It's the other thing that was different about the Portland game. Portland is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the NBA, and they showcase that. Mm-hmm. Washington is not one of the best anything in the NBA.
No.
And they were showcasing. All right? That's the difference of this stuff, man. And that's why you got Vooch in that game talking crap to the Portland team when he hits the three and dancing and celebrating with his teammates. Mm-hmm. And in this game, telling his teammates, get the hell away from me. Mm-hmm. I'm about to spit some real truth out here.
Real quick, we do have the clip. Marcus D3 clipped this, and this is obviously from CHSN.
There you go.
3 quarters, whatever, we were very soft. No resistance. Move, man. We gave no resistance. Come on, be happy, man. We gave no resistance. We didn't do anything.
That right there.
Yeah, bro. I saw that, and I said, Matt, oh, my God, did you see that? Look up from what you're doing. Let me rewind this and show this to you again, because he is correct in how he felt. I have no problem with how he felt and what he went on to express, because what he did was express it in a non-angered Matt Peck way, said the same exact thing Matt Peck sits here and says. He said the same exact thing. He really, truly did. This isn't sustainable. We have got to be better. We can't keep going game after game like this. It's not going to work. We're going to get exposed on some stuff like this. Like, he continued to say the same things this gentleman over here is saying. So I loved it. I love that reaction, man. Guys being, hey, man, it wasn't the time. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a read the room situation. But I understand the young fellas being happy. They're like, man, we won. You know what I mean? We got the win. Because I'm like that. I'm like, cool, we won. But after every win, you ain't going to see me up in arms celebrating. Did you see me stand up once during this game? I did not. And, I've been on my feet a lot in them last few minutes of the game. Not this one. No, man. Like, it's 1-14 team. Like, when you walk in expecting to win, it's not like, yay. If somebody has scored 50, yeah, I'll be on my feet then. Then you're excited about what's happening there. But the way that they did it and the way they even almost lost, like the Zards had to Zard for the Bulls to lose this game. You saw the last inbounds pass that came in, and they turned it right back over. They had to go they had to go Zard on them. Mm-hmm. And that was the issue right there, and that was the absolute difference. Even the play they stole the ball and then coming down, the young man tries to bounce it hard and bounces it way hard in the air, and it goes out of bounds. Like, they did bad team stuff to help the Bulls out and do their thing and, come forward. But in general, no, I'm not over the moon about this. I'm not excited about this. I'm happy with a win. I would rather be talking about this with a win behind it than a loss, absolutely, every day of my life. But I completely agree with Nikola Vucevic, man, and his sentiments and what he said.
Dr. Professor in the chat saying, I don't mind that Vooch reaction. Don't celebrate that kind of win. Mm-hmm. What the Quaff saying, much respect for Vooch. That was cool. Vooch was mad, says Mike in the chat. I think D. Lasso also had a comment saying, yeah, essentially agree with what Vooch did there. Again, most often, if you find a way to win ugly, you can, as a fan, appreciate that and take the W.
Give me the win.
Like we did against the Blazers on Wednesday.
Give me the win.
Especially on the road.
Yeah.
At the end of a 3-game trip like that,
yeah,
you can win ugly. You can cough up a big fourth quarter lead and still find a way to win at the Horn. Great. But on your home floor tonight, especially after you got punked on your home floor last night to that same old Miami Heat team that anytime the game matters, play-in tournament, point differential, NBA Cup, you get punked. And you respond to that by digging yourself a 16-point hole against the worst team in the league? Mm-hmm. Okay, you fought your way back and managed to win because they are the Zards. But Vooch knows that there is no celebrating in that.
Yeah.
Take the W, put it in your pocket. It counts in the win column. Great. Celebration ends there.
Correct.
Because there are a lot of bigger problems that Vooch knows this team has if they want to take themselves seriously at any point this season, and if they want their fans to take them seriously at any point this season. I have seen and heard a lot of hype from Bulls fans, from other outlets, of people who talk about the Bulls saying, don't sleep on the Bulls. This team is real. Whether it was after the comeback against Philly or beating Denver earlier this week. And I can get behind some hype of teams winning games like that. But as long as I keep seeing stuff like this from this squad, as they're middling around 500, like they almost lost that game to fall to 500. They now are still above 500 with the win. You can't ask me to take you seriously as a fan after a game like that tonight. I won't. I'm still not in. My pinky toe's in the pool. I'm hanging out with y'all. I'm having fun. It's a frisky team. It's an entertaining team to watch.
Very entertaining.
But you cannot expect me to take you seriously as like a Bulls might fight for one of the real playoff spots in the East this year team if you do crap like this, because you're a mid team that can lose to the worst team in the league.
Well, unfortunately, this somehow helps their playoff chances because they still got to win. But Mike sums it up pretty well. I'll take it. We know we could beat anyone and lose to anyone.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder about the next 7-game stretch also coming up. Because, again, you're going to be playing a lot of teams with losing records in this 7-game stretch. And the Bulls, since I don't know for how long have had that tendency of playing down to their opponent. And we talked about it. I feel like we talked about it ad nauseum last year because we saw the Bulls lose games. Like, why are you losing this game? Like, this doesn't make any sense why you're losing this game. But they have an opportunity. They could be a 6-1 team. Like, how much faith do you have in after seeing stuff like that? Like, stuff like this will shake, your faith like that. Like, man, will they do that? Will they come out and beat these teams? Will they dominate them? I still think the Bulls will win these games, but how they're winning, and Vuce said it, man, it's not sustainable how they're doing it. It's not something that will be sustained. It will bite you. And you saw the Heat take a huge chunk out of that ass. Because it's not a sustainable thing you can continue on. Yes, when you're playing bad, you love that your team comes back and gets the victory. That's the awesome stuff about it. But it's the way that it happened, Matt. Like, I can't point to a thing without pointing to something that Washington did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I've seen these aren't new. We've been watching NBA a long time. We've seen these kind of games before. But in those games, usually you can point to a play on the team that's coming back and be like, man, that dude lost it. Portland game is a great example. Denny Avia, I can point right to him. Jeremy Grant, I can point right to him. Clean Kong, I can point right to him. On this one, it's like, Vuce did his thing. He hit some key buckets in that fourth quarter. Again,
sure did.
He hit some huge buckets in that fourth quarter, again, for the squad, bro. But they did it more as they've been doing everything, which is as a unit. But that defense, man, like Washington got anywhere they wanted to get any player. Didn't matter if he was center, didn't matter if he was point guard. You want to get to the bucket? Right this way to your table, sir. They got to the bucket at nauseum. You know what I mean? Like, they just continued to get there. Sarr was looking almost all pro out there, man. Like, he was balling out of control. They were aggressive. Like, they were angry. Kispert turned into Steph Curry for a little bit for them. Like, they played just a really great game for Washington offensively. And you watched all their hearts kind of break on that last play where they turned it over to lose the game. But, yeah, man, the Bulls shouldn't have been in that position. They have to play much better to beat these teams, man. And I'm not just talking good teams. I'm talking any team. You can't do this right here. And Vuce, again, is absolutely correct in his assessment and what he said. He said nothing wrong. I hope people hear it, honestly. I hope they hear it. And I hope they take in what he's saying, because this is the starting center of your team. saying this about the squad that he is on. All right? That is something different than it's coming from your coach. The player is telling you, hey, bro, we can't do this. All right? This has to change. We've got to work. We got to listen to what Billy is telling us and apply this on the floor for 48 minutes. It has to be that way if we want to be taken seriously by the league and this mustache gentleman over here.
With that, let's knock out our first ad break. Still lots to get to and more thoughts. People in the chat talking about Vooch. People in the chat talking about the Bulls' defensive effort in that first half. I do want to dive into that a bit more. Plus, any other players you want to touch on tonight, let us know what you're thinking about in the comments. Hit that like button, and of course, we will still hear from Willie Gottlieb, and we do have a Goon of the Night to award,
we got one, baby!
Despite the ugliness. Hit the like button. It's free. We'll be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Circa Sportsbook. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service, featuring real human beings, Dave. You know I like real human beings to talk to.
You're a fan.
When I am a customer in need of customer service. The AI chatbots will be the death of us all. Circa knows that, and they let you talk to humans when you need help. Humans. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, even in-game betting. Circa Sports has it for you. So fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in the great state of Illinois. What are you waiting for? Download your new bookie today. Get some bets in on the Bears this Sunday. Get some bets in on the NBAs, the NHLs, college foods, whatever you want. Fun to bet like a pro with Circa. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And of course, we got to send a shout out to my man Ray and Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. They've got new vehicles and are in store at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And this is your chance to score a great deal at the Black Friday sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on all new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L models or up to $10,000 off MSRP. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With that friendly team of brand expert, that team at Ray CDJR is here to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. And of course, the price you see, price you gonna pay, because they prioritize affordability. I'm excited. Shout out Norman Van Leer. Don't miss out on the Black Friday sales event for huge savings on new models. For more information, visit Ray CDJR on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at raycdjr.com, because they've been serving the community since 1960.
Most of them. What's going on, Bulls Nation? We're still here. CHGO Bulls postgame hanging out on Saturday night. The Bulls get the win
KYP
over the Wizards. Yes. It wasn't pretty. Nobody's thrilled with the way the Bulls got that victory, including you, our fellow Bulls fans. Thanks for hanging out with us in the chat. Hit the like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. NJ Hawk 40 threw us a super chat for $5. Appreciate you. Saying, I totally agree with Vooch. Don't trust this team at all. We are soft. We can't lock in on defense. We need to wake up. We cannot play a complete game. Odiza also in the chat said, by the way, every player has ups and downs throughout the season. Can we officially stop the Vooch slander? He has flaws like every other player, but what would our record look like without him? And that is interesting because like we heard Vooch say in that sideline interview with Casey Johnson, no resistance. And I'm sure a billion Bulls fans all over the world said, excuse me, Vooch, isn't that kind of partly your job?
Yeah.
When we talk about this team and their lack of rim protection and that being a big part of their defensive issues, that is a thing. That is a reality. Vooch has never been a defensive ace.
Never.
Do the Bulls win this game without his 28 and 12? No, they don't. Some of us, I don't want to use the communal we, some of us have learned to take the good and the bad with Vooch and what he does for this team and what he doesn't do for this team. Collectively, they are a bad defensive team.
Yes.
And I thought that they would be.
Yeah.
There was a fun few games there in October where it was like, all of our opponents have a lid on the basket and aren't allowed to hit any of their threes. Our defense is great. Some of us weren't buying that. And look where we are. They gave up 71st half points to the 28th ranked offense in the league.
Yeah.
So some of that is on Vooch not being an elite rim protector.
Without a doubt.
It's the way that the roster is built.
Yeah.
Where's the help?
Yeah.
Some people say, hey, they should play Julian Phillips more, or, we need more defensively from Modest, or we need this or that from Pat. It's like the players are the players.
Yeah.
The defensive scheme is the defensive scheme. I don't know what other buttons Billy Donovan can and should press to make this team better defensively.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Noah Essengate get his first minutes of his career out there tonight. Got 4 minutes, cup of coffee, shot a 3 from the corner.
Welcome to the NBA.
Shout out to you, for being here. But yeah, man, you only can play with the hand that you're kind of dealt. Like, you can't expect them to turn into world beaters on defense when you don't have any. Like, it's very difficult to do when your starting center, like you said, is not known as a defensive guy, but he's known as a dude that will get those rebounds and get your points and get you your assist. Then that's what you focus on that side. That's why I'm focused on Modest, getting those blocks, because I'm like, if you don't have those defense to deter those things, how can you help? One, you mentioned one way, which is the team missing shots. The other way is Bulls getting steals, which was Trey Jones getting in there and doing that. And the other way is Modest, blocking shots. You have to find other ways and other alternatives. But how sustainable can that be? It's not a super sustainable model, but it's the model that you have. It's what you're playing, the cards that you kind of dealt out there on the floor, man. But in general, I don't disagree with any of what is being said about the Bulls' defense. It's not good. And it needs to be better. And when the guy that you're saying, hey, you have to be better, is telling you, we got to be better, this thing sucks, well, then I'm going to have to listen to him absolutely about what he is talking about, because this is what it's going to look like going forward. So don't be surprised when they start playing these teams that are really good on the interior, but their record shows that they're a bad team, that the Bulls still will be in a dogfight because they are playing a team that maybe is better on the interior. The New Orleans Pelicans are the first team that comes to mind when I think about this stuff. Where do you think Zion gets his thing from? Where do you think Derek Queen is getting his thing from? These guys are inside, you know what I mean, doing their thing. So it's going to be like that. I'm looking at teams like the Pacers, who also are trying to, play inside more because, they got a lot of injuries, and Pascal Siakam is definitely a mid-range guy. So I don't want to see this again, but I'm expecting to see it, Matt, going forward for the next few games. And then in Orlando, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder when they're coming in and playing the Chicago Bulls. And guess what those guys do? They go to the inside, and they play inside, man. So, yeah, something has to get shored up. I don't know what it is. I don't get paid enough to figure that stuff out. That's a Billy Donovan job and an AK job right there. But something has to absolutely change on his team defensively.
Chicago Bulls all day asking, why didn't Billy ever put a defensive lineup in at the end of the game when it comes down to getting a stop with 5 seconds left? We got lucky today. If you want to build your 5-man defensive lineup, if you're talking about that final possession where the Bulls are up 121-120, the Wizards have sideline out of bounds with about 5 seconds left. Get lucky. Like, the Wizards did they pulled a Patrick Williams.
They did.
Somebody rolled the ball off their foot, and it went out of bounds. The Bulls got the ball back.
Yes, correct.
Bill, I will say that I think that is a fair question, even might go as far as to say grievance with Billy Donovan and his late-game coaching execution.
Okay.
He does not do a lot of offense for defense subbing.
Not a lot.
Late in games.
No.
But I think he is one of many NBA coaches who, instead of doing boom, 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 offense, defense switching late in possession by possession as much as you can with ball stoppages and timeouts in play, he trusts who he trusts late in games, and he doesn't trust who he doesn't trust.
Yes, that part. What he just said, that part, that's huge. That is huge right there. Because when you don't have it and you don't have those things, those advantages, whether it's you don't have shooting, whether you don't have defense, whatever, you end up going with the people that you trust. Regardless of if that dude can't shoot, regardless of if that dude can't play defense, you're going to trust that person in that time frame to be in the game. And that's what Billy Donovan is absolutely doing. That is absolutely well said. Great observation.
Gem X threw us a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Saying, can we just accept this is the Bulls and the Bears are not there yet, but are progressing. ... next season ... meatball all day.
Why the Bears catch
I don't know.
Hey,
Bears are 7-3.
You feel me?
I mean, we got a game to win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go F yourself, Aaron Rodgers, whether or not you play. But
he's a Bulls fan.
So, but the first part of Gem X's comment, can we just accept that this is who the Bulls are? That's where I've been. That's the camp I'm hanging out in until they show me something different.
I mean, I don't think any of us have changed what we think this team was going to end up at. at the end of the year.
Some Bulls fans drank that Kool-Aid hard, man.
Oh, no, when I say any of us, I mean us. When I'm talking about that, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I mean us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But I don't think we've changed our mind. I continue to say this team is going to be fun. Like, I said that before the season started. I was like, this is going to be fun to watch. It's fun. I'm having fun watching this team play.
Did you have fun tonight, Dave?
That's one night.
Okay.
Tell to me, you should have been here for Portland, man. I lost my mind.
Big Dave was going bananas.
Yes. I was lost it, man. The Denver game. I had a blast watching that. Like, the Philly game, the Knicks game. Like, I've had fun watching the Bulls this season. It has been fun. But I'm not saying fun doesn't mean it's going to stay there the entire time. They're going to fall because I know what this team is, and I get what this team is, unless they make some trades or something like that, Anthony Davis, or unless they do some things like that. But yeah, overall, I still think they'll end up where I think they're going to end up. I just think they're going to be more fun doing it that way.
Sure. Speaking of going to end up where we think they're going to end up, Cos Mickey's in the chat just said, the Bulls have played in every play-in tournament in NBA history. Why stop now? Max Bruce threw us a super chat for $5. Appreciate you. Saying, Coby White is trash.
Whoa.
So tired of him missing shots, turning the ball over, and making bad decisions.
That's strong.
Bulls win! let me tell you, Coby White did have 4 turnovers tonight, and that is the end of me agreeing with that super chat. Trash?
Trash is strong, Max.
Now, look, I've had questions as a Bulls fan about how far this team can go if Coby White and or Josh Giddey are its best players this season and in the seasons to come, because I think not far. But trash?
Yeah.
He's played 3 games so far coming off of his long calf strain injury.
Yeah, it was
Tonight
long.
was his first start. Tonight, he only managed 20 points on 6 of 16 shooting, including only 3 of 11 from downtown. Did knock down 5 of his 7 free throws. But he also dished out 6 assists. And his point totals in his first 2 games of action were 25 points and 27 points.
Yeah.
Or 27 and 25. It might have been flipped.
Huge threes as well in the fourth.
Do you see what this team is with Coby White versus without Coby White?
Man.
Because this is a better team with Coby White.
Way better.
I don't think that this team is a championship contender or anything close to sniffing that with Coby White as its best player.
Yeah.
He is not trash.
No, he's
that's just
not
straight up
trash.
disrespectful.
It is. It's disrespectful to him, man. He's not
You want to talk about being careless with the basketball?
I get you,
Take your
Max.
pick.
Yeah.
You think that's just a Coby White problem?
Yeah.
Some of us Josh Giddey skeptics might bring up a thing or two.
I get you, Max. Like, you're upset, angry, but you got to give him that respect, bro. Like, he is not anywhere near trash. He left trash a long time ago, my friend. Like, he is really excellent, and the Bulls
He hit the biggest bucket the Bulls needed down the stretch.
Dude, how many times did you see it? Like, that you, like, oh, man, yep, need a Coby. Thank you, Coby, for being here. We appreciate you being on the floor.
Did you feel bad about that last shot, too?
No.
Like, he was on CJ,
Not at all.
got separation on CJ, got the shot he wanted. Just
Looked
missed
like-
it.
and
Anytime
it rolled
Coby has a
around.
clean look, it's going in.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
It rolled
because he's
around
that confident and capable of a shooter and a scorer.
In and out is what it did. It was like Jordan in game 1 of the 91 finals. It was in and out.
Shout
bro.
out, Wayne was already celebrating the
Oh,
make
man, Wayne
when it went
ran
halfway
dazzle.
down.
Don't spoil it.
Don't you take that for Wayne Randazzo.
Dr. Professor does say disagree on Coby being trash, but the final shot while being guarded by a guy who has 5 fouls was not great. So should he have taken CJ to the cup?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me. Maybe in hindsight, maybe you're right. It doesn't bother me. I watch that NBA shot get taken all the time, to be honest with you. And I watched Coby hit that shot a bunch of times, bro. Like, so it doesn't really, affect me or bother me. He was trying to end the game. He wasn't trying to score 2 points to let them have an opportunity to get down and get a 3. He was trying to end it. And I don't have a problem with that, especially against a 1-14 team where you shouldn't have even been like that. He was just trying to give something right there. So I don't fault him for that.
And the other thing, I mean, the Bulls did shoot 30 free throws tonight, and the Wizards shot 20. Which honestly, this season in the NBA is like, it's not many. Only 50 combined free throws. But like, I felt like there were some random whistles versus random let him play no calls. Like there was a lot of physical play under the basket tonight on both ends that the rest were just like, Keep playing.
Yeah, no, you got it.
This is Bulls Zards on a Saturday. We're all trying to get home.
Like they on their phone. Like,
So,
huh?
like,
What?
if Kobe,
Chicago cut reservations.
if Coby White doesn't have the combination of his confidence in getting to the rim yet, because it's his third game back, his third game of the season, and he doesn't have the confidence in the refs blowing a whistle if he goes to just try to bait and draw a foul, and he gets a clean look, it's not like Coby White needs to think twice before getting a clean look at a three. Coby White is open when he crosses half court.
Facts.
And he has proven that to Bulls fans time and again.
Yeah.
Dude's got range, and he is a confident shooter.
Yes.
Streaky? Sure. He was only, as I said, 3 of 11 from downtown tonight. But if Coby has a look at what could be a dagger put this game away 3, I'm not going to knock him for shooting that shot.
No, not at all. Not against a 1-14 team. Definitely not, man. In the game, if you can. In the game.
Dr. Professor said refs played down to the competition too. Yeah.
Man. They were ready to go. Clearly.
Yeah,
They were ready to get up out of there.
YKOTS saying, yeah, Coby should have taken that last second shot to the basket for 2 instead of a contested 3. Well, okay. You pick and choose. We got to knock out our second ad break. We will come back. We will hear from Willie Goat Gottlieb. We will find out who the Goon of the Night is. Throw us your Goon of the Night nomination. Better yet, throw it to us attached to a super chat because we love and appreciate those.
really
Hit
do.
the like button.
Hit the like button.
That's free.
It's like almost 400 of us in here. Hit the like button, y'all.
Get the likes up. We'll be right back.
This ad is Baby Joey approved. Baby Joey is a very cool baby.
Such a cool baby.
Yeah, does awesome things. But one thing, Baby Joey, even though he speaks like 6 languages, one thing Baby Joey doesn't do is understand. He never understood. Why? Why is it because somebody looks at they go cool? I don't know. And you know why? So Shady Ray sent out to do something about that, ladies and gentlemen. They set out and said, we're going to get you some sunglasses that are made for real life, that are seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not ridiculously expensive. And here's the wild part. They got that Matt Peck Lost in Broken Places plan. Oh, let's say your glasses on that hat. Crack, splat, drat on the floor. But then you remember, Eureka! You can send those back in to Shady Rays and right back on your face. Producers, you have won in life because that Shady wears is eyewear that always got your back. And we teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use that code CHGO for 35% off those premium polarized shades. And traffic sound. The shades that are rated 5 stars, but over 300,000 people because Shady Rays, y'all, but the rates are oh so shady.
CHGO Bulls is also brought to you by Eye on the Ball. All right, athletes, here's a question. Are you serious about leveling up your game?
Yes.
Because the right coach can change everything.
Billy Donovan.
And now, finding one is easy with Eye on the Ball. It doesn't matter if you're a kid just starting out or competing at the top of toppiest levels.
Ooh.
You can sign up totally free at eyeontheball.net. Create your profile, search through coaches in your sport, and connect directly with the one that's right for you. From soccer to swimming, baseball to basketball, you name it, the coaches are there. So what are you waiting for? Your future coach, the next Johnny Bach, is one click away. Jump on today at eyeontheball.net. That's IEYE on the ball, BALL.net. Find your coach and take your game to the next level. CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Saturday night. Thanks for being here with us, Bulls Nation. Shout out to our guy Brooms in the chat who said, someone get Matt Peck a Baby Joey hand puppet. I will not say no to that. I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to create or make hand puppets. Sean, do you have any stitching or sewing capabilities?
I might know a person. I don't, not me personally, but are we modeling
you might know someone?
Young Spathis?
I would love a young Spathis hand puppet.
This is Baby Joey Spathis.
Yes,
Okay.
so not a young Spathis hand puppet, but
that's different. Yeah.
Baby Joey.
Yeah, a Baby
hand
Joey
puppet.
hand puppet. It's
Yes.
different. He's going to have some shades on, though.
Honestly?
If you're going to make it.
What I would really love is a Baby Joey hand puppet and a young Spathis hand puppet.
Oh.
So I haven't talked to each other.
Oh, my God. Oh, let the insanity flow on this show.
So that on nights like tonight, when, the Bulls won, but this game was trash.
Yeah.
And as a Bulls fan, I feel very unencouraged. We could just have ourselves a little round table with some other members.
Baby Joe, do you want a Troll Joe hat?
Ooh, oh my, of course we need a Troll Joe hand puppet.
Okay, all right.
He's green, got like a hunchback.
Yes.
Some all disheveled hair.
Now,
Maybe he has like a little slingshot and whip rocks at you.
My man said we need a Big Dave universe ad crossover. I can't bring Baby Joey into the Michelob Ultra, and crossover to Baby Joey, to baby.
Drink responsibly.
You know what I mean?
21 and over.
21 and over. I like where your head is, though. Shout out to you for the suggestion, sir, Captain Jeb. But, yeah, man, shout out to you. I just appreciate that. I really
Wait, did you comment on Captain Jeb's as well, saying that the Bulls logo with the unibrow is just the true sign to trade for Anthony Davis? Just like the amount of marketing things that you could do with the Bulls logo and the brow.
Like
That's a good point.
For all the Bulls fans who are still ragging on Vooch and this team has no rim protection, and I wonder what the crossover is between those fans and the fans who have been in the last week or so while rumor mill stuff has blown up around the NBA. God no, Anthony Davis. God no. Oh my God, worst idea ever.
Yeah, they've been losing it about that young man.
I mean,
but then you look at tonight's game and you're like, what do you?
And look. It's not like I think that's the greatest idea in the world.
Sure,
trading for Anthony Davis. We've done a couple of mini pods about that topic this week and last week. Go find them. You can find them in the Bulls playlist on the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Mostly just entertaining the thought because Anthony Davis is going to always be tied to the city of Chicago and the Bulls when Anthony Davis trade rumors are a thing, and they are very much a thing right now.
Yeah.
If he is healthy and playing, not only could he fix a lot of this team's defensive problems, not all of them, but you have Anthony Davis on this team, they are way less god-awful defensively.
Yeah.
You also, you almost lost to the Zards tonight. Don't mess with the Bulls. Good thing they got going. We don't want to mess that up with Anthony Davis. What do they got going? They almost lost to the Wizards. Zards. I heard a jingle, Sean. Are we ready to talk to a certain four-legged creature?
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on that Go Talk hotline, which is presented by Michelob Ultra, the delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. He's actually not a four-legged creature. He is a standing on two legs Homo sapien, and he is one of the smartest of them all in the world of basketball. He is our friend and colleague, Will the Goat Gottlieb. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Goat, what were the vibes like from Billy, from the players in the locker room after, yes, a win, but not a pretty one? Was it more of what we heard from Vooch in that sideline interview? Because he was not thrilled with the victory.
Cooking.
I was going to ask if you guys saw that because I was watching down from the media room, and I mean, pretty surprising, pretty weird vibes. And honestly, credit to Vooch because he gets it. He understands, look, we won. That's a good thing. And this is kind of what we're just talking with him. And this is the message that he was giving was it's hard to win in the NBA. I'm not taking any wins for granted, but you have to look at the way we're getting here. And it's just not sustainable. He kept on coming back to that. It's not sustainable. And we kind of dug into it with Billy a little bit after the game too, of just they are not playing. You can't give up 70 points in the first half to a Washington Wizards team who's won one or is it 2 games this year? 1 game this year?
One.
And expect to win on every night. This was one of those games where we talk a lot about the margin for error and not being the more talented team. This is one of those times where you are the more talented team, but that doesn't mean that you don't show up and play to the game plan. So I think that was really the frustration from both Billy and Vooch. Billy had a great line I tweeted about everybody says they want to win, but I want to go to the moon. I just don't want to, go through what it takes to become an astronaut. And it's you have to go through the process of learning how to win before you can just win. You can say you want to win, but there's more to it than that. And so I think just from, it's the same stuff that they continue to talk about from the physicality to the defensive resistance to the boxing out. What was interesting to me is they actually won in all the main indicators that we talk about. They had more field goals, they had more offensive rebounds, they had fewer turnovers, they had more free throw attempts. They didn't shoot from 3 as well, and that's probably the difference. But this wasn't a game that statistically was a bad one. It was just you watch it and there's zero resistance. This Wizards team tried to turn it over every single time they touched the ball. I mean, it was they were trying to throw it away every single time they passed it or dribbled it. And somehow they barely ended up with any turnovers. So there just needs to be more just effort and physicality. And that's something that this team can't really afford to have wax and wane on a game-to-game basis. That needs to be a given every night, certain level of maxed out intensity and effort on Norman Lear night, no less. So I feel that was kind of the messaging. And again, like nobody was like mad, but I just thought the image of like Vooch getting frustrated with Jalen and Modest being excited about the win was like a perfect encapsulation of why this team really needs a veteran like that who can step up. And Vooch is not like the most vocal guy in the locker room, but like when he speaks, I think people listen because he's saying something that really matters. And I think there's a lot of value in that for having him here. He was, I thought, the best player on the court tonight. He played a really good game, and then also to set the tone of like, yeah, we won, but this wasn't good enough. I thought was really good veteran mentorship.
Yeah, I loved every second of. We watched it, and to the point where I told Matt, "Dude, look at this," and rewound it and watched it again. Like, yeah, it was great, man. Want to ask you about Ayo Dosunmu. Did Billy talk about Ayo being in that starting lineup? Because he's been in there in those past 2 games. We saw him against the Heat have that 23-point game against them, but kind of came back down to earth in this one with 8 points, 2 of 9 from the field. Did Billy talk about why he's starting to go with Ayo in that starting lineup?
He didn't mention it specifically, but I do know like Kevin Huerter came into the game. He was feeling sick, so he was a questionable. He ended up playing, but I don't think he played too many minutes. He was under 20. Trey's still on the minutes restriction. Coby is still, but I think he was over 30 tonight. So I think they're kind of raising that. To me, it just kind of signaled that he's trying to be careful with Kevin and Trey's minutes, and Ayo being the most healthy of the bunch was able to play the most. And we've talked about it a bunch where like, when you're on a minutes limit, he likes to start, he brings you in at the 6-minute mark, and then the game for you is only 42 minutes long instead of 48. And that kind of shortens the game, shortens the rest, and allows you to then have your pick of who you want to close with. And tonight was Trey. And I thought Trey played a good game, and, he had a couple of key steals and deflections. He took a chart. Like he was very effective. And I think it just happened, but Billy was kind of riding the hot hand there with Okoro out. Dalen Terry was out. Patrick Williams was out. It was just a very thin roster tonight.
Goat, Coby White gets his first start tonight. Trey Jones coming off the bench with minutes restriction. They had a few guys who did not play tonight because of injuries they suffered last night. Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry, Isaac Okoro. I don't think missing any of them is what made the Bulls struggle as much as they did. But honestly, like, did you feel, and did you or your colleagues address with Billy the fact that tonight's starting lineup could be one that we see lots of moving forward? Because this was Coby White back in the starting lineup for the first time this season after 2 games coming off the bench, along with Josh Giddey and Ayo, who has played well and got his first start last night, started again tonight, and Modest and Vooch. Like, do you see that as a starting 5 moving forward, or assuming that Huerter and or Okoro are still available, that Billy might lean towards either of them in place of Ayo?
Yeah, I think like the starting lineup is always going to be kind of up for grabs. Like I think Vooch is going to start, Giddey's going to start. I think Coby, once he's like fully acclimated, it seems like he's pretty much there, is going to start. I imagine Modest is going to continue to start, although I don't think he's been playing particularly great. 29 minutes tonight, and he was playing like a lot of that power forward spot. He had an okay game. But I think like that 5th spot is going to be kind of a rotation of who's playing well and who's healthy. So tonight it's hard to sit here and say that, this is going to be the lineup moving forward when you have Okoro out of the game and when you have Trey and Huerter not 100% and when you have Patrick out of the game. So it's hard to say. I am curious to see what it looks like when fully healthy, but even when everybody's back, I just don't know that there's going to be a set rotation. I think that it's going to be up for change. It's going to be up for debate when you have certain opponents coming in and the matchup is, forces you to go one way or the other. Or if a guy starts the game and he's not playing well, like he's probably not going to close. And I think you just kind of have to have that flexibility there.
You were in the house tonight for the Ring of Honor ceremony that took place. Anything that you saw during tonight during that ceremony, any nuggets or anything you can give us?
Yeah, I mean, there was an exhibit in the atrium. I didn't make it up there, but I was with our guy, Patrick Norton, who does the CHGO newsletter for us. You should all sign up for that. Covers the Bears. He's going to be there tomorrow morning, so I appreciate his hard work tonight, coming all the way in from the suburbs, watching the game tonight, going back home, and then waking up early to go cover the Bears tomorrow. Go follow him. Go sign up for the newsletter. And he got a chance. I think he posted some of those photos. During the game itself, it was a lot more like understated than the last one. They did a halftime ceremony. It was very quick. I think it was like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. They did a video. They walked everybody out to the center court, and they had an ovation. And then throughout the game, during TV timeouts, there were like these little vignettes of like 1 minute long videos with people talking, the guys talking about each other, just people kind of talking about the legacy that they leave behind. So I thought it was a really nice touch. Like, it wasn't a whole big thing. There wasn't too much with it. Yep, there you go. It's a great picture of Horace Grant's exhibit. But yeah, I think this is the way to go. From like, it didn't necessarily need to be the whole thing that it was last time. And the one thing I was curious about was the kind of reception John Paxson was going to get. Obviously, he is a controversial figure here, especially of late. And I wrote about this in our instant reactions thing. Like, John Paxson joined the team in 1985. He was like a contract that they bought from the Spurs, and he's been here ever since. It's pretty incredible. Like, he's won finals. He's been a broadcaster. He's been an assistant coach. He's been an executive. And I was glad. I wasn't sure. Obviously, like, it ended the way that it did, and it got very toxic, and they needed to go. Like, I'm not arguing that they were, whatever. But I just was wondering, a couple years removed, how his reception would be. And I was glad that it was a positive one, because he really has had such a he's a lifelong Bull. He's been here as long as Jerry Reinsdorf has owned the team, which is incredible to think about. And so it's nice to see him get a positive recognition.
Who is your Goon of the Night nominee before we let you go, Goat?
I mean, it's got to be Vooch. The post game itself was, that just defines Goon of the Night to me.
Appreciate it. Bulls Nation, again, become a diehard with CHGO with promo code GOAT. Take advantage of that $36 sign-up price right now. Incredible value to read all of GOAT's stuff that we say for diehards only, including that most recent chat he had with Josh Giddey about his brand new shoe drop and his role on this Bulls team. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. You can also read instant reactions available right now, free for all CHGO.com. Goat, we appreciate you, buddy. Enjoy your Sunday. We will talk to you on Monday.
See you guys on Monday.
Shout out to the 5 o'clock shadow.
Looking good.
Feeling that.
That's a weekend quaff right there.
That's a weekend quaff.
That was a weekend sign off too. He just hit end.
Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah, man.
After Friday, Saturday, back to back.
Yeah, man.
At the homestead.
Peace out.
Goes ready to go.
Not mad at him at all. Not mad at all.
Did we have any other super chats come through that we haven't addressed yet, Sean?
We do have a couple. Well, actually, just one. Our guy Max came in and he actually apologized.
Oh, Coby is trash, Max?
Yes, Coby is trash, Max. He said trash may have been too strong, hard to watch at times, frustrating at heck at times. That's more appropriate.
Sure.
Heart attack sometimes.
Like the Bulls.
I was going to say. Yeah.
I'll give you that. For me right now, it's hard to harp on him knowing that it's second or third game back in here, and he's just getting kind of reacclimated, and looking at how he's getting reacclimated is like, yeah, I'm still scoring 25 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting to the line a lot. Yeah, I'm still putting pressure on the defense, doing those things. And he talked about it before the pregame. We heard Casey Johnson saying, like, yeah, I know I'm doing all that, but my handle's still a little loose. Mm-hmm. I still haven't got right back to, where I'm super comfortable at. So I like the fact that this is a fun thing to say. I like the fact that he's not back to himself, but you're still getting that kind of output from him. It just lets you know how good of a basketball player he is, and he'll get back there soon, man. And once he is, watch out, bro. Like, Coby's a problem.
He is. Again, first start of the season tonight. Yeah. And that's kind of why, I was curious what Goat was thinking and maybe what Billy is thinking moving forward as far as what to do with the starting lineup, because Coby White's going to be in it. So now it's going to be Coby, Josh, Modest, Vooch, who is that fit? It's the conversation we were having a lot of the offseason.
Yeah.
And then, into training camp and preseason. Right. Who is that fifth guy?
Right.
Is it Kevin Huerter? Right. Is it Isaac Okoro? Might Ayo Dosunmu be in that conversation? Might Trey Jones be in that conversation at times? Again, came off the bench tonight, minutes restriction. But shout out, I feel like every time the Bulls, in a just disgusting dog poop on your shoe of a game, needed a quality play, Trey Jones made a quality play tonight.
100%.
Which is why, some people entertain the thought, and Billy loves his three-guard lineups.
He's a fan.
Maybe he's considering that.
He's a fan.
So that's what now, assuming that we get Coby firmly planted as a starter moving forward, and tonight was the first step of making that happen.
Right.
Now that question, that can of worms is opened again.
Yeah.
Because it's like Okoro couldn't play tonight because he got banged up last night. But it's not like Okoro's been lighting the world on fire in that starting lineup.
It's true.
Kevin Huerter does certain things well. He has had a lot of ice-cold shooting nights. where does Billy go with that fifth player? It's a fascinating question.
It is, and I mean, I won't get into what you and I were, what the question I was really asking you off camera, but I'll say this: like in the Bulls lineup, in their lineups, the only for sure guys I know are Nikola Vucevic, Coby White, and Josh Giddey, and it feels like everything else can be changed or moved or, or whatever to fit. Modest is there, but it's kind of in pencil. I don't think it's a hard pen yet, but it's in pencil though. So it's written for sure. But I think everybody else, he kind of just picks and moves and can interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Like what fits here, what does that, who goes where and what. So I think that's a good thing and bad thing, because you want your starting five to just be so solidified that, whatever, you know what I mean? Like you can hand it to your son and say, hey, take that to the guys. They already know who the starting five is.
Yeah.
But no, you're putting in extra thought on who those guys are going to be and be in that starting lineup. So it becomes an interesting dilemma, Matt, when those minute restrictions are raised and when they are lifted and when Zach Collins and those guys, even get back in there in the fray. Like that's going to be really interesting for this team and what Billy Donovan decides to do, because it's easy to decide this now because, like you said, Trey Jones, minute restriction right now. Kevin Huerter, as Goat said, coming off the illness. Okay, it's easy to say I can go with Ayo. That's the healthy option. It's easy to say, okay, yeah, Modest, you're going to be out there. Okay, don't worry about it. But it's going to be a little more difficult as it goes on. Javon Carter is another one. Like we've seen him get, time because he earned it. But now as of late, especially in this game, he was off to a little slump. How long will Billy go with that before he says, okay, that's enough, I'm going to go the opposite way? So, yeah, man, it's a lot of – these are good and bad questions, in my opinion, to be asking, and good and bad issues that you have. It shows that you have a deep roster, but it also shows you don't have things completely solidified yet.
If you got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. Cap and Jab in the chat said, I want a Sharpie Modest in as that matador, but need his play to exemplify. Same. And look, a quiet 13 points for Modest tonight, but props to the young man who was like, he's clearly taking a page out of Vooch's playbook. Yeah. Modest was 0 of 5 from downtown tonight before he hit that huge three to put the Bulls up 1 late in the game. Yeah, that was the only three he hit all night. He had the stones to take it. He made it. That's great. Another great Modest and one attack of the basket earlier in the game where he had that lefty floater and drew the foul. Yes. Love that. He went 4 or 5 at the free throw line tonight. Love that. He had 3 more blocks tonight, Dave. Love that. And then there were also certain stretches of the game where you just didn't really feel him out there. Yes. And again, to me, this is just growing pains for a second-year player early in year 2. He played 29 minutes tonight, which, like, again, I always want to see Modest with at least a 3-0, if not more, in his minutes played column. But, like, Billy trusted him to play enough of that game, and he helped them win that game late. So I will work with that with Modest. It's again, I think it's just going to be like 2 steps forward, 1 step back in his development.
Without a doubt, that's exactly. It's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows, things like that. 1 of 6 from the 3-point line. It was the 6 rebounds that I liked the most, and of course, I love the 3 blocks. I absolutely love that. But I'm going to keep harping on it, Matt, until it becomes a thing. I want the mid-range
Where's the
shot.
middies? Where's the middies?
Where's that?
You got to take that up with Billy.
I know, but where's that? Like we saw one tonight when he got in and he shot a little floater. When he was free throw line extended and cash money, Army, Navy. It went on in, and he got an and one out of that as well. I really want to see more of Modest taking mid-range shots, and I'm not saying take bad ones and just shoot it. But there have definitely been opportunity where he has cleared space and had an opportunity to pull that jumper right off that elbow and hit that, or free throw line extended and take that, or on the baseline where last year you would watch him back somebody down and hit him with the Dirk fadeaway. I ain't seen that, at all this season. I want more of that. I really think he has to put that back in his game, man. And I think when he does, you'll see certain things kind of start changing about how teams are defending him. It's just my opinion. You'll see how teams start defending him a little bit differently because you're becoming a dude who is scoring from every damn level. So now you're a guy I got to worry about with that layup that he got with that left hand. You got to worry about that. And he can get up there for the dunks. Then you got to worry about a guy who could shoot those threes. As you mentioned, Matt hits the key three-pointer when he hadn't hit one all game. But you still got to worry about it. Now you got to worry about him in the mid-range, bro. Like, that could be an absolute kind of problem basketball player from a guy like Modest Vucevic, who's showing you it's not going to be that real strength. So when it's not that, man, hit him with that splop, that cool midi.
Splop.
It could be nasty, bro. That's all I'm saying. It could be nasty.
Shout out to Juan Guzman, who threw us a $5 super chat saying, with what this team can do and current depth, do you see that they make trades before the end of the year or before the trade deadline to fill the holes? We just were talking a little bit earlier about the whole AD trade rumor stuff that's going around the NBA right now, and that the Bulls, because of the amount of and quantity of dollars in expiring contracts they have, that the Bulls are one of the teams that a lot of people are saying, man, that makes a lot of sense if the Mavs are trying to trade AD. And it's a question of how much would the Bulls be willing to give up, et cetera, et cetera. Whether or not it's Anthony Davis or somebody else as a general question, I think it's a fascinating one, because to me, it's about whether or not AK wants to truly, firmly buy into, I like this roster I've assembled. I believe in the eventual ceiling of this roster, and I don't want to mess with that by making some big, bold move, bringing in an outsider, just another player who's not familiar with what they're building right now in their system, even if that player is as decorated of a player as Anthony Davis. And that's why I have become more open-minded to something like that. Sure. Because the Bulls, again, right now, look like a frisky team.
Yes.
They look like a frisky team that's destined to be playing participants again. Yeah. And maybe they'll win their way out of it this year and go to the first round and get stomped by a real team. And some Bulls fans are okay with that step of progression. Some of us are less patient. To me, it's just like, are you trying to win this season? To me, the answer that AK gave us is yes. Because he gave us that answer by not bottoming out and prioritizing their chances at Cooper Flag, or not prioritizing their chances at Debanza or Boozer or anybody else this season. They are trying to stay competitive while developing this young talent that they have assembled via the draft and via trades. So that is the standard. You should be trying to go to the playoffs and win playoff games. He may have ducked the playoff word at Media Day, but that is AK telling Bulls fans, we're trying to win. So if you're trying to win, how hard are you trying to win? And how should Bulls fans be okay with, well, we're trying to win, but not that hard? Because I'm sorry, how many more years of patience are they going to ask for? I know AK hasn't been around since 1999, but Bulls fans have been patient for a while now.
A little bit.
And that's like, I'm glad that you asked Goat about his 2 cents on the Ring of Honor thing. I find it so insulting to Bulls fans to have to sit there and watch something like that tonight. The Bulls are frisky. I'm having fun watching them this season. This is nothing close to a championship contending team.
Correct.
Some Bulls fans might say, give it time. Give it time. How much time? They haven't won a playoff series in a decade, y'all. Y'all got time to burn? Because I don't. I'm pretty sick of not being relevant. Can we go to a playoff series and maybe try to win it? The priorities are all out of whack, Dave, and I'm sick of it. I really am.
I hear you on that. I got something that'll make you feel better, though.
What's that?
Because I think, hey, Sean, I'm going to need you to get that ready. It's time to slap people in the face with a Goon of the Night!
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man.
Woo! Woo! Here it is in your face, in the flesh, in all its splendor and glory. You see it. It's the Goon of the Night belt. It's been through things. All right? That's what makes it a Goon of the Night belt, man. You can toss it, you can smack it, you can do anything with it because it's a Goon of the Night belt. Got to earn this thing right here, man. Not given, just like respect. Sean, I'm going to start with you.
I'm nervous.
Sean Anderson, producer extraordinaire, also host of CHGO White Sox. Who is your Goon of the Night?
Can I have 2?
Yeah, you can nominate 2, yes.
I'm going to nominate 2. Obviously, Vooch is the obvious, so I like going off the board. First up, Alex Sarr missing 2 free throws and getting the entire United Center free
Okay,
food.
solid. I was like, where's he going with this?
Solid, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Solid, very solid.
And then the guy that Matt kind of spoiled, Wayne Randazzo. I mean, all throughout the fourth quarter, he was ready for the Bulls to take the lead.
He was.
I don't blame him. They ended up doing it and winning the game. But even on that Coby shot, he was ready for that to go down.
He was.
And I don't think it did because Wayne Randazzo was already out of his seat going home.
Yes, he was, baby. That's true. That's very true.
That's goonery.
I agree. You can nominate people from other teams, but never will another person from another team win this Goon of the Night title. It's going to have to be something so goonly that I just can't deny it. But not tonight. Matt Peck!
Not tonight.
Who is your Goon of the Night? Shout out to y'all for getting hot dogs.
Agree. Tonight's winner probably should be Vooch and will be valid if it is Vooch. But I have to give my Goon love to Horace Grant,
Ooh,
Bill Cartwright,
come on.
Neil Funk.
Kaboom.
Kaboom!
Kaboom.
John was also there.
John Paxson.
Norm Van Leer, R.I.P. And Johnny Bach, R.I.P.
Yeah.
It drives me mad, the dichotomy of honoring legends of the past while this is the present Bulls fans are stuck with. Honestly, it would have been hilarious, just like 2 years ago when that catastrophe of a Ring of Honor happened, and the Bulls did that to Jerry Krause's widow. Bulls fans were not to blame for that. The Bulls, for being so tone deaf, were to blame for that happening. It was a skid mark that the entire NBA world observed. And it was result of a money grab while the team was meandering, going nowhere. And fast forward 2 years, here we are again. Ring of Honor, part 2. They screwed it up less this time. There was no booing or crying that took place. But I think that Norm Van Leer and Johnny Bach, 2 Bulls legends, would be rolling around in their graves if they knew just how meaningless and irrelevant the Chicago Bulls as an NBA franchise have become in the quarter century plus since they were covering, coaching the team. And dating back, in Norm's case, far back in the past beyond that,
Yes.
playing for this team.
Yes.
It's an insult to the people who wore that jersey proudly, who coached the sidelines, who made the glory days of this franchise what they were. I'm done being patient. I'm done watching the Bulls make just ridiculous, disgusting, transparent money grabs while telling fans to be patient in the present day. If you want to be a Bulls fan that contributes to that because you love being a Bulls fan in that sense, I am fine with that. Fan how you want to fan. But it truly, truly bugs me. So my Goon of the Night are to the Bulls legends of the past who deserve better than what the present is, that the Bulls organization and the people who run it are giving the fans, because you can't honor the past when this is the present. It's insulting.
We're going to go into overtime on that one. Make sure you can continue to follow along at allchgo.com. Well said, by the way. Well, we're here. Goon of the Night is about to be handed out. You see it. You see it. It's beautiful. I will announce it now. Sean, I need a drum roll, please, sir.
Oh, one second.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking your time. See, I'm putting him on his toes, baby. Keep him on his toes. Goon of the Night.
Bulls win!
Goon of the Night absolutely goes to Nikola Vucevic.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
come on, dog. How could it not?
Well earned.
To be real, Sean is correct. Wayne Randazzo probably would have won this award without a doubt if it wasn't for Vooch coming in Game 7 of the Goon of the Night and just absolutely dropping 65 in the game, bro, with 84 rebounds and 22 assists. Dropping the real on him. He got for real and honest. And we know Vooch has always been a really honest, straightforward kind of guy when he's talking in those interviews and things like that. So just the fact that, Matt, he showed it visually and physically, you could see it on him when the guys were jumping on him. You could see it that way. And then actually him verbalizing it and saying it that directly. And, yeah. It was. I loved it. It needed to be said. It needed to be said, especially by that player. It needed to be said. So Nikola Vucevic, sir, I'm not gonna hold you any. You get Goon
The Goon of the Night press conference locker room is being posted right now as well. So if you want to see 6 minutes of fiery Vooch, go got it for us. It'll be up on our YouTube page.
If we do, you bet your ass we do.
That's the first thing he's doing as soon as this show's up.
Oh, Vooch really did channel everything that I've been feeling in that sideline interview.
He did.
It's like, you know what else it reminded me of is when Kobe Bryant was, I think it was Kimmel back in the day. Speaking of RAPs, Kobe, legend. And he had censored time, and he was watching the joke Lakers, the in-between Kobe and LeBron Lakers.
Nick Young, all those guys.
Bulls legend Carlos Boozer, before he retired, was a part of that team.
I remember it well.
Going nuts, celebrating a regular season win when they were like, 4-15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Kimmel showed Kobe that, and he just rolled his eyes. Like, is this what we're celebrating?
That face.
And look, modest young player hyped about a win, kind of like a young rookie Magic Johnson and old man Kareem being like, yo, man, this is 1 of 82. Calm the F down.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of similarities there in like how hard should we celebrate a regular season W. But tonight, I, as a Bulls fan, felt exactly like I saw Vooch on his face look and through his words that he spoke feel.
I completely agree.
100%.
Felt the same way. I completely agree with Nikola Vucevic and how he reacted to this, man. And he's right. So now the next step for me is, how do you come back? What do you do after that is out there now? Because he has called it out. You can't come back the same after you done called something like that out.
True.
The effort has to change. Something's got to change, man. He said it. Something has to change. So now what are you going to look like Monday when you go down to New Orleans and face the Pelicans, man? That's not an easy team to beat. They're a losing team, but they're not an easy team to beat. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to be more aggressive. We saw them get punked around by the Miami Heat the same kind of way. Like, this was different in this game because they just were like, no, you're going to the basket? No, go left. It's like they were giving directions. You know what you want to do is you're going to go baseline and, avoid those guys down there and then go up and under. All right, have a good trip. Thanks for coming. That's what you need to do, though, man. After your leader is telling you this. We heard Coby White earlier in the week talking about Vooch and his leadership and how much he's needed and how much he's revered and how much he's respected. So, like Goat said, when a guy like that speaks, then it carries a certain amount of weight with it. So it's different if Modest is telling you this. It's a different beast if Nikola Vucevic is telling you this, bro. Like, you have to adhere, and you have got to change. So let's see how it works. Let's see how it happens, man, because the turnaround is very short.
That it is. All right, we'll get out of here with that for the night. Again, Cartwright, Horace, John, Norm,
Noah,
Johnny, and Neil.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bulls legends.
Seriously.
We are off tomorrow. Bulls are off tomorrow. They'll be back in action Monday, taking on the Pelicans. We will be here for a live pregame at 6:30 Central. Between now and then, keep it locked right here, CHGO Sports YouTube channel for CHGO Bears pregame and postgame and postgame tomorrow. Hopefully talking about a Bears W and CHGO Bears tailgate tomorrow morning, bright and early. Come on out.
Real quick, let me say this first so I don't get cut off like I got last time. Not you, Sean, by Joey Shee. 2 things. Rest in love to Rodney Rogers.
Oh, dude.
Passed away, 54. And one of my favorite basketball players coming up, man.
Speaking of legends.
He was a legend. He was awesome in college, awesome as a pro. Shout out to him. And also, check out the new De La Soul album, Cabin in the Sky. It's amazing. If you ain't heard it, go check it out. It's pretty special and incredible. So, yes, those 2 things.
De La Soul.
Yes.
Still making music.
Still, baby. It
Crazy.
don't stop.
Shout out to our guy, Sean Anderson, on the controls. Listen to CHGO White Sox on the regular.
Oh, yeah, where it's just me, myself, and I.
What's wrong with that? Because we like you, Sean. Look at that face. Look at that face.
Talk about
was
carrying a
It was
franchise.
a De La Soul reference.
I know. Oh, you think I didn't catch
okay.
this? Stakes is high, Sean.
Follow our guy, Will_Gottlieb. Big Dave's Bow, BAWL Sports. I am Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out with us, Bulls Nation, tonight and every night. We love you. We appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday. See you, Red. Be good.
Run it back.
So.
We all silly like the mayor.